right, 6 o'clock, we're gonna open up the Parks and Rec Commission meeting for September 13th, 2023. We're gonna stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, so board members, you reviewed it and looked at the minutes from August 9th, 2023. Is there any conversation about that? Anyone?
One thing.
Yep.
I just noticed that it was not you.
Oh, okay.
Not a big deal. Just noticed
Joe
that.
just noticed on the attendance, John is the chair,
Oh, okay.
so you can just fix that and it'll be all set. And Mike would be the, I don't even know if you have to put co-chair, but whatever.
I'll put it in going
Okay.
forward.
Thank you, Joe. All right, anything
Looks
else
good.
from anyone?
Looks good otherwise to me.
All right, we'll make motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion to approve, anyone second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so minutes are accepted for August 9th, 2023. And we'll start tonight's meeting with facilities update for Savage Field softball field and scoreboard. I believe we have Matt Barakis is here to talk about that.
Yeah, I sent an email ahead of time. I didn't think I would be here tonight. Thought it'd be
Yeah,
game.
Brian mentioned it to us in our last meeting, right? It was the scoreboard, right? Yeah,
For the softball.
so you're here just to fill in the final details.
Or if there's any questions, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we'll certainly, I
Well-
think it's all outlined in the packet, or the 2 pages that I gave to you, but I think it's more important that we make sure that if there's any programming that's due to be at Savage, I know sometimes when we head into the fall, there's different types of programs. There could be like, kids T-ball we've seen in the fall. There's all kinds of different things that Park and Rec could do. So what we don't want to do is move forward with any type of implementation or installing and then be disruptive to any programs that might be happening down there. So we want to plan that accordingly through Brian and anybody else in the town that has to be involved.
I think we're all set with that, right? We agreed, and you guys are paying for the cable installment of it, or?
We actually got a donation in kind from from Clinton Savings Bank.
So I think the question last time was, is it gonna be like are you paying for the whole year, like even when the season's not happening, the months that?
I think
Oh, you're
the
talking
Wi-Fi.
about the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi,
He's talking
yeah.
about the
Scoreboard.
scoreboard
Yeah,
for the
the
softball.
Yeah, that's different.
That was different.
Yeah.
No wonder why you're looking at me funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Sorry. Okay,
No worries.
so you're at the
No worries.
scoreboard.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I just figured I'd be here if there was any questions, that's all.
All right. So any questions from anyone? No?
Okay. We'll make sure that Brian continues to communicate through Mackenzie and Laura
Yeah.
in regard to, when they plan to either, dig holes or put the beams in or what have you. So the goal is to have it all done before the snow flies, but, we'll have to kind of see how that progresses. But we'll be in close contact and make sure everybody knows what's going on.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in and
I appreciate it.
letting us
Sure.
ask you questions.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Parks and Rec department updates. Mackenzie.
The department updates. Oh, facilities updates first.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what we
Brian's
just-
thing that Brian submitted.
Okay. Well, the facilities up Savage Field softball and scoreboard. I thought that was all Matt. All right. Facilities update. Brian couldn't make it tonight, but for Field, he said the final draft of the building assessment has been delivered. Everyone received that, correct?
Yep.
Okay. An evaluation and discussion where to focus repairs, request fund for fiscal year 25. That would be you guys. Yeah. Okay. And then the 40,000 that we do have, we can now get started for repairs of the restroom, which is a good start, right. And then parks, he said the new 6 trash barrels installed in Central Park. He'll evaluate their durability and accessibility to remove the trash before ordering and replacing the rest. So that's a good thing to see how they're holding up. How many are there, do you know, up there?
How many barrels?
Yeah,
Don't know offhand.
because he said there's 6 up there, so is it
Well,
more
they
than 6?
replaced 6. There's more than 6. They
Right.
replaced Like, I know the one that's on the corner of Walnut and Church, and it looks nice.
Maybe there's
I mean,
12.
I think there's 6 in the park. I think he means in general,
Okay.
before with the other facilities.
All right, so he's gonna check on those. And then one new recycling bin was installed, the old one was removed, which is good because that was looking pretty tough too. And he's looking to purchase 3 more and have all 4 corners of Central Park with those recycling bins. Is that how he's wording that? All right, and then the railings have been painted, completed. Was that done by the,
The Eagle
The
Scout.
Eagle
Yeah.
Scout and the thank you note was sent.
all right, did we get the name so we can, you're sending out a thank you to him?
Already did,
It's
it was
already
Drew Marceau.
Thank you.
Okay, good, thank you. And waiting on a quote for the fountain to be painted, and ordered ceiling tiles for office to replace ones we use in the community room due to the HVAC leak. And the leak has been repaired, which is a good thing. And Comcast is looking to complete installation of internet service by Thursday, that's tomorrow, 9/14. Okay. And then
It's for Savage Field, I guess.
that's for Savage Field. That's what
Yeah.
Brian was talking about before, the Wi-Fi, okay. And then a request by Little League, which was just here, Matt, to install the scoreboard, so it's a done deal. And Brian will he'll keep in touch with Brian, and Brian will let him know what he can do and can't do for the facilities. Any questions or comments on that, anyone?
Nope.
Okay, now department updates for Parks and Rec, Mackenzie.
So the open space committee is now met. We met 2 Mondays ago. And Mike and I are both on that committee, and we'll be meeting again the 25th, so not next week, the week after. And we're working on creating a survey to send out to the community to figure out what's on everybody's radar and wish list moving forward. So that should be out relatively soon, probably before that meeting.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
The
Yeah.
survey will be out
yes.
Yeah,
So
Mike,
it's gonna
I
be
asked Mike about that. He gave me some information on that too.
via social media, via,
Social
Okay.
media, the town website,
okay.
our website.
Yep.
We resumed conversation from last spring with Wachusett Mountain about the ski club for the middle school. It's gonna depend on their 2024 pricing for groups and the bus pricing, because we were talking today at the MRPA Eastern or Central Mass region meeting. And I guess buses are crazy for this winter, like going up again. So it'll depend if we can make it economically work out for,
No drivers.
and if it's gonna be $500 per student, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a no.
Yeah. Well,
Holiday Pops committee planning is underway. Laura's heading that committee again. Our summer programming has officially come to an end. Unfortunately, our last concert had to be canceled, but they will resume the first concert of our next year's series. So summer playground is all set. It was super successful this year. We had lots of happy kids and happy counselors and
happy
very
parents that
excited.
it was longer too?
Yes.
Okay.
And we are working on planning for next year now. We met with the Central Mass
We
region.
didn't get anything on that all summer. So,
Thank God.
yeah, no, that was
Oh, you
fantastic.
mean about,
Any emails,
No,
any,
yeah.
yeah, no,
no issues? Yeah,
yeah.
it is good.
We met with the Central Mass region for MRPA this morning in Fitchburg. We'll be returning to monthly meetings with them, and they're under new administration. It was really interesting, and it was like a debrief of the summer programming from the surrounding areas. We were getting new ideas and going back and forth, so that was awesome. Tomorrow we're meeting with the head of the Leprechaun Society to discuss Parks and Rec playing a role in the Shillelaghs next year.
Do you want to play a role in it?
We're hearing him out.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
We did get the laptop quote from the provider for the town, and so I'll pass that down. It's around $2,500 for 2 laptops, installation.
Oh, that's not bad. That would be worth it.
Is that all loaded?
All loaded, all
All
set up,
loaded.
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be worth it for you guys because you're off-site a lot.
For the different meetings and everything, so
Right.
And it is from the person in town who does
Yeah,
it,
you
so
use
we're
town.
in compliance with what the rest of the town
What the
uses.
town's doing
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, that's good.
And then we did get a request from the public to look into a mini basketball hoop installation. So we have been, I sent this out to some of the other surrounding areas to see maybe what, like, if it's just like a regular basketball hoop that they put in. Because I guess in Marlboro, it's literally just like one that you would have in your driveway that lowers.
For short kids to dunk on.
Yeah. For children. I mean,
Children, maybe short grandmothers too, and grandparents. you know.
so potentially
I'd
putting
love to
that
see you
in.
dunk at it.
With one of those plastic ones, okay.
So potentially putting that in at either Philbin Memorial or Vail. I feel like there's a lot going on at Vail, so Philbin might be a better
Yeah,
spot for that.
Philbin
Plus
might
there's
be.
younger kids
Yeah.
with the splash pads and
Yeah.
everything.
You noticed any vans parked there lately? I have.
There's been
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still there.
Yeah.
So I can call Lieutenant Duggan tomorrow and ask her to just do a drive-by, and it's up to, if they put a citation on the windshield, is just kind of a friendly reminder, like,
Yeah,
I've seen
I've seen
that.
it too.
I've seen that. I went by
Now
there
that
a
you
couple
mentioned the
times
park, yeah.
on the weekends. And
Well, I've seen it during the week.
nights and weekends mostly.
Yeah, mostly at night too.
All right, you all set there?
Those are my updates.
All right, any questions, comments from the board? Doing a great job, thank you.
just moving forward with that laptop.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Do we don't need, we
I
already
don't
did
think we
that.
do.
No, she'll
Yeah.
just submit it.
All set.
Submit it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so we have Jane Ann on the public, she is not here, I see. So do we have someone in her place, can we do that or not?
That's, if you
It's
want
up
to
to
give
you.
someone
Yeah.
the
The
opportunity
floor.
to speak, that's as
Yeah,
chair up to you.
May as well, get the courtesy up.
Joy.
Do one of you wanna come up, or all three of you, or?
Hi,
Hi, you just gotta state your name and your address.
Joanna Mahoney, 19 Foxford Drive, Clinton.
Okay.
I'm really not sure what Jane was gonna talk about other than pickleball, but my friends and I back here, we were just curious, we're trying to find out what the status is, what Clinton has in mind for
Okay.
trying to,
So I did
Help us.
some background checking on that, and our member that's out sick, he is on the open space with Mackenzie, and it's on their radar. So that is the first issue that we need to do, is find a location, identify it as town land, and have it either taken over by Parks and Rec, and that would go through the selectmen. And then we have to decide, it's a process, it's gonna be she called in March, it's not gonna be done within a year, it's gonna be a year, 2 years at a minimum before, that's finding the land first. My suggestion is, when Mackenzie brought up the survey, it's gonna go out, so all you pickleball people that are really interested in getting it moving as well as us, because we want to back you the best way we can, is to fill out that survey and let them know that that is one of the things that you would like to see with any open space that is possible in the town. So if they find open space that's the town owns now, we would have to go to the select board, the committee, and the director, and Laura too would have to go and request that land be brought over to the Parks and Rec domain, and then we would have to start budgeting and get a cost estimate of what it would cost to do pickleball court outside and possible structure for inside. That would have to go to the selectmen, the finance committee, that would have to go to the, the building construction committee as well. So there's a lot of steps, and then it gets put on the warrant, and town will have to vote. And all that has to be done within a year of, March or April, before the warrants have to be in, before?
Warrants are,
Yeah.
March.
So, there's some work to be done, and we're here to support as much as we can.
you said it has to be town property? I mean,
No, if it's not town property, if it's open space and the
Oh,
town is
just-
willing to buy it, but still, that's even a greater process, because now we have to look to buy it, and we have to go to the selectmen to get their approval to even have the town purchase it,
Okay.
and put it under the jurisdiction of the Parks and Rec, or is it gonna be under facilities, who's gonna manage it, Mackenzie or Brian? It'd be probably, what we do now, she manages and he maintains, so. And then, you also have to come up with a budget, a cost estimate budget of, what is it gonna cost to maintain or start it up, get the supplies, what is it gonna cost to maintain it? Who's gonna maintain it in the, time frame that it's open, because, she can't sit there and operate it day to day,
Just one other thought I had. I saw that recently the school is gonna be resurfacing their tennis courts. Is that something that maybe the committee might wanna reach out to the school to see, since they're gonna be resurfacing, if they could tape out pickleball?
So I will tell you this, I actually was in that business before. I resurfaced tennis courts and I painted, they're called shadow lines because it's also for junior tennis. Okay, so you can put the pickleball lines on a tennis court as well. I honestly think that's going to be the way to go, especially with looking at other towns as well. We have, I don't know, have you utilized the pickleball court yet in town,
up at the middle school.
in the middle school?
I went there and I had to dodge a lot of goose poop. So
Okay,
I would never
so
go
I've
back.
had, I unfortunately can't do anything about the geese. But, I mean, it's right next to the reservoir.
Yeah, I mean, so.
And I've gone up there myself as well.
Yeah.
And play pickleball as well. It's a start, I believe it's a start. And I believe we have to show some interest within the town. And I really do think going to the town or the school board, it's not a big difference to paint the tennis lines and to paint. It's not a big difference at all.
No, as you said, I mean,
We've-
all the
we've-
schools around are doing it, so.
Every
if-
school is doing, because then they can put gym classes in there. They can do mini tennis, because there's junior tennis levels that actually have lines inside that court as well.
Well, a lot of the schools now are starting to offer it as a course.
It's
So-
been around for quite some time.
Yeah, it has, yes.
But I'm cautious as well because I went through the trend of tennis and everybody builds tennis courts here. And then we saw the demise of tennis, we saw the demise of racquetball, we saw everything fall out. I think with the existing spaces that we have right now, especially those tennis courts that are severely underutilized, coming as a tennis player, I don't utilize them at all. That I think is where our better avenue, and I think it's going to happen a lot quicker than it's going to happen within finding a space and building a only pickleball use court.
So the school has been approached then with their resurfacing?
We don't have any power over the school facilities. That would be school committee.
I have no problem in going to the athletic director and the administration and getting on their radar of when we resurface these, we need to put the shadow lines in for pickleball as well. I have no problem in going as a representative and talking to Smitty and talking to Cermak and talking to Meyer.
I mean, we appreciate that. I guess at this point, would it behoove us also to contact
Without
someone?
a doubt,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Who
absolutely.
would that just,
So I can get with you afterwards, the administration,
oh, yeah, who we should?
and the person that was sitting here that talked right before that is on the school committee. That's Matt Varakis.
Yeah,
He's on the school committee.
yeah,
Tackle that,
So
yeah.
I can give you 5 members of the school committee, and I can give you the Dr. Meyer, Mr. Cermak, and John Smith as the athletic director.
Okay,
Okay, and I can give you numbers of all of them.
I'll write down all the email addresses.
okay. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. And
I
don't
really
forget-
do think that the tennis courts though are
That's
going to
what
be.
we got,
It is, I've gone to many, I'm in Bedford a lot, Neshoba. Bedford has a huge pickleball program on their tennis courts. Everybody is on their tennis courts.
But you gotta remember the same issue too will happen, you're only using it after school hours too, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, during the
That's the
school
only
year,
drawback.
you're
We
only
play at Neshoba at 9 o'clock,
AM if they're,
What's
if
that?
you're working
We
with
play at
them.
Neshoba Regional High School at 9 o'clock, even when school's at Saturday.
9
It's their
a.m.?
old
Yeah.
tennis courts. It's their old tennis courts.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're not down and they're not,
They're
yeah.
rough on the-
So I play in
So they're
those,
not ones
not
that are
the
used
top
by the
ones.
school that much.
Well, they do use them for
Yeah.
stuff, and if they're being used, we just,
And do you have your own net?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheap.
Yeah, and Berlin just did it too, they just did their courts all
Yep.
over two
Yeah,
courts, and now
they-
they have 4 nets that they just roll out.
West
Yeah, they leave
Boylston,
them at the end,
West
yes.
Boylston does them, Berlin does them.
So that's what we we're thinking, more than buying land.
So I think I'll talk to you, I would like to talk to you afterwards and,
Okay.
and, yeah, approach that.
okay.
I'm a racket enthusiast.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
thank you.
Okay, that's it for Parks and Rec.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, motion was seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we will adjourn and move on to our next meeting.
Not until 6:30. Oh, wait, did I put 6:15?
6:15.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Laura.
No, we
6:21.
If it's 6:15, because that's what I put on the agenda, so we wouldn't, if we had a short meeting, we don't get caught up by, we're still respectful of the agenda.
We'll just keep rolling in. Okay, so now we're on to our Fuller Field Commission for September 13, 2023. Review and acceptance of August 9th, 2023 meeting minutes. Does anyone have any concerns about that? Minutes, the minutes of that meeting?
No.
Motion to approve minutes.
All right, Joe, motion to approve them.
Second.
Ryan, second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Minutes are accepted.
Okay, good.
All right, administrative is housekeeping.
We don't have any housekeeping items.
Right, and Brian's not here. I really don't think there was anything. The biggest thing is the next item, which is the Fuller Fields house study review.
It falls more under Brian.
It does, but did everyone get a chance to look at it? I mean, it's a lot.
It's
It's a lot. So,
I think that needs to be reviewed as far as open space committee, not the open space committee, but whether we need to meet on that separately.
yeah, I
Because
think
there
so,
is
because it is a lot.
There's a lot of,
Yeah, I had some concern with some of the stuff in
Yes.
there, and I just didn't know how we were gonna address it all. So we want to put that on the agenda for a meeting, separate meeting for that?
I think we need to make sure that we have Brian in here in the meeting.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'll contact Brian and ask him when it's best for him to come review that with us. And maybe he can also get us updated on how we're gonna go about doing the bathrooms. If we're not gonna renovate the rest of it, are we gonna renovate the bathrooms? Like, how is that gonna work?
yeah.
That's a big question, so I'll contact Brian and we'll put this on the agenda for a meeting Brian can attend. Okay? Any other concerns from the board?
So I've heard some talk about like the parking and the football situation.
Oh,
That
yes.
they've moved.
Yeah.
They moving football games?
Not that I've heard.
Not that we heard.
Okay,
I know
I
Chris will
heard
be
kind of the uproar, they're not supposed to park along here, which, you know.
They have.
They have.
I mean,
I
don't
think they got,
guess.
I think they got warned the first time, and again, the sign is perfect, you know.
Well, we're gonna put the sawhorses out front because of our rentals, and I've already spoken to Chris Phillips to ask him to have either folks from Clinton Youth Football or himself making sure that no one parks in our parking lot, because we have rentals, they come in, they're committed for the day, and they were booked before we got
Only
the
thing I would
schedule
say
for the
is-
season.
If we don't have anything rented,
Oh, yeah.
open it up.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
All right.
Can they double park on each side around the field?
No.
They
No, just
do.
one. They do, but, and then it was the issue down here, was it here?
Everybody was parking on this, and
Yeah.
it's all no parking. So,
I mean, well, where do they park?
No, exactly.
There's really no place to
There's
park.
not like a solution for
We
it.
were not planning for this when they built this in
Yeah.
150 years ago.
So,
Because it is a nice place to play.
Yes.
You wanna have them here.
Yeah, I want them to utilize it, just,
Yeah.
so.
even when they do park up there, it only provides like 12 spaces.
Right, it's
so it's
not
not,
even-
yeah.
not
Yeah,
that
it
much
doesn't
at all.
solve the problem, no.
Okay.
I mean, it might be a fundraiser or something, but
But where would we put anything?
I know they would have to bring the cars down to like the elementary school or the old school building or something like that. I don't know who wants to run a valet service or shuttle
Yeah.
bus. Cause
Well, maybe that would be up to the football league,
Yeah.
yeah, to decide. Okay. All right, anything else?
All set.
All set? All right, motion. Oh, motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, motion by John, Ryan second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next meeting, what is it? Look, it's on our list. October 11th, everyone then. Oh, that seems like a